Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker even when you're eating healthy and staying active? As a doctor with decades of experience in senior health, I've seen this time and time again. Many older adults are doing their best, cutting back on junk food, drinking more water, eating plenty of fruit. But what if I told you that some of those fruits, yes, even the ones you think are healthy, could be quietly weakening your legs? Here's the hard truth. After the age of 60, your body changes. Your metabolism slows, your circulation becomes less efficient, and your joints and nerves grow more sensitive to blood sugar, acid, and inflammation. That means certain fruits, while once harmless, may now be silently contributing to swelling, fatigue, joint pain, or even nerve issues in your legs. In this video, I'm going to reveal 7 common fruits that may be sabotaging your leg strength without you even realizing it. Some of these are likely sitting in your fridge right now. And one of them, often praised as a superfruit, could be flooding your joints with sugar and silently damaging the nerves in your feet. Stick with me until the very end, because I'll also share a surprising fruit that supports circulation, calms inflammation, and nourishes your legs like few others can. Most people overlook it, but once you discover it, you may never look at your fruit bowl the same way again. And while we're at it, take a quick look in your fridge. What fruits do you usually keep on hand? I'd love to know. Share your answer in the comments below. Let's dive in. Part 1. The myth of all fruit is healthy. For most of our lives, we've been told the same thing: eat more fruit, it's good for you. And for younger bodies, that's often true. Fruits are rich in vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants. But here's what most people don't realize. After the age of 60, the way your body responds to fruit begins to change dramatically. Let's start with sugar. Many fruits, especially the ones that taste sweetest, contain high levels of natural sugar in the form of fructose and glucose. When you're younger, your body processes these sugars efficiently, converting them into energy and clearing them from the bloodstream quickly. But in older adults, insulin sensitivity decreases, and the metabolic rate slows down. That means even natural sugars linger longer in the bloodstream, leading to spikes in blood sugar and greater oxidative stress. Over time, this constant sugar overload can damage the tiny blood vessels that nourish your legs, vessels responsible for delivering oxygen and nutrients to your calf muscles, knees, and feet. When these vessels become inflamed or blocked, you may begin to notice symptoms like heaviness in the legs, cramps after meals, swelling in the ankles, or slower recovery after walking. And it's not just the sugar. Many fruits are also naturally acidic or contain compounds that, while harmless in small amounts, can exacerbate inflammation in aging joints. For seniors already dealing with arthritis, fibromyalgia, or poor circulation, even mild inflammation can feel like sandpaper on the inside of your knees. So while fruit is still important, the idea that any fruit is good fruit just doesn't hold up anymore. The key is choosing the right fruits for your age. Fruits that support your circulation, not sabotage it, that reduce inflammation, not feed it. Part 2. Top 3 fruits to be cautious of. 4 minutes. Now that we understand how aging changes the way your body processes sugars and acids, it's time to get specific. Let's look at 3 fruits that seniors often eat without realizing they might be harming their legs more than helping. 1. Pineapple, the inflammation trap. Pineapple is often praised for its digestive enzyme bromelain, which in small, controlled amounts can reduce inflammation. But here's the problem. Pineapple is also one of the most acidic and sugar-rich fruits out there. And when consumed regularly, especially by seniors with joint issues, it can actually have the opposite effect. As we age, our tolerance to both fructose and acidity decreases. Pineapple's high sugar content causes repeated spikes in blood glucose, which leads to inflammation in the blood vessels that support the knees, calves, and ankles. In those already dealing with arthritis, that inflammation can build quietly, creating more stiffness, swelling, and discomfort over time. Even more concerning, bromelain can interact with common medications like blood thinners, increasing the risk of bruising or prolonged muscle soreness. What was once a tropical treat may now be fueling chronic pain, especially in joints that are already struggling to stay mobile.
2.
Bananas, the double-edged sword. Bananas are known for being rich in potassium, and yes, potassium is crucial for muscle function. But there's a catch. Ripe bananas are loaded with fast-absorbing sugars. These sugars cause a sharp rise in insulin levels, especially in older adults with reduced insulin sensitivity. Why does this matter for your legs? Because those insulin spikes contribute to fluid retention, particularly in the lower body. That means swollen ankles, a heavy feeling in your calves, and more effort required just to climb a few steps. It also slows muscle recovery, making it harder for older adults to bounce back after walking or light activity. Many of my patients say the same thing: my legs just feel heavier lately. And often they're snacking on bananas daily, not realizing this healthy habit might be contributing to their discomfort. It's a fruit that gives a quick burst of energy, but often ends with a crash. 3. Grapes, small fruit, big trouble. Grapes are sweet, bite-sized, and easy to overeat. But inside that sweet skin lies a troubling truth. Grapes are packed with fructose, a type of sugar that's metabolized by the liver, not the muscles. And when the liver can't keep up, especially in older adults, that fructose gets converted to uric acid, which settles in the joints. This buildup is a leading trigger of gout, a condition that brings intense pain to the feet, toes, and ankles. And it doesn't take a large portion. Even a handful of grapes while watching TV can be enough to trigger swelling overnight in someone predisposed to joint inflammation or circulation issues. Grapes may look innocent, but for seniors they can quietly amplify leg discomfort and stiffness, especially if eaten regularly without realizing how quickly the sugars add up. Now that we've uncovered the biology behind this myth, let's get specific. What are the fruits that may be doing more harm than good, especially when it comes to your legs? Let's start with the 3 biggest offenders you need to watch out for. Part 3: Hidden high glycemic fruits that could be harming your legs. Watermelon, sweet but deceptive. On a hot day, few things feel more refreshing than a cold slice of watermelon. It's juicy, hydrating, and seems like the perfect choice, especially for older adults with dental issues or reduced appetite. But here's the reality. Watermelon is one of the highest glycemic fruits you can eat, and for seniors that spells serious trouble for leg health. When you eat watermelon, the natural sugars, mainly glucose, are absorbed almost instantly into your bloodstream. This causes a sharp spike in blood sugar, especially dangerous for those managing prediabetes, diabetes, or slow circulation. And it doesn't stop there. Your body reacts to this sugar surge by trying to balance it, retaining water, particularly in soft tissues where circulation is weakest. Where does this excess fluid go? Often, right into the ankles, knees, and feet, the very joints and muscles seniors rely on for balance and mobility. What follows is a subtle heaviness in the legs, a feeling that walking suddenly requires more effort, or that stairs have become mysteriously harder to climb. Even more concerning is the cumulative effect. A few slices here, a bowl there. Over time, these sugar spikes trigger oxidative stress that damages the small blood vessels feeding your lower limbs. That cramp in your calves after lunch? The fatigue after a short stroll? They're not always signs of aging. Sometimes they're just reactions to what's on your plate. Watermelon may feel like nature's candy, but inside the body of a senior, it acts more like processed sugar. And when blood sugar is left unchecked, inflammation follows, making every step just a little more painful. Oranges, the acidic offender in disguise. For generations, oranges have been seen as the poster child of health. They're bright, packed with vitamin C, and offer a tangy burst of flavor that makes them a favorite at breakfast tables everywhere. But for seniors, especially those dealing with joint discomfort or reduced mobility, oranges may be doing more harm than good. The first concern lies in their high citric acid content. While this acid gives oranges their signature zing, it can act like a chemical irritant in aging joints, especially in individuals already struggling with arthritis, bursitis, or stiff knees. Over time, repeated acid exposure can wear down the cartilage lining your joints, making movements like standing up, sitting down, or climbing stairs increasingly painful. Second, oranges, and even more so orange juice, are loaded with natural sugars. When consumed in liquid form, that sugar hits the bloodstream quickly, spiking insulin levels and contributing to low-grade systemic inflammation. For older adults, this means waking up with stiff joints, a slower walking pace, or feeling off balance after breakfast. You might think your morning glass of orange juice is setting you up for a great day. But for your knees, hips, and ankles, that dose of acid and sugar may quietly accelerate inflammation, reduce range of motion, and sabotage the very strength you're trying to preserve. Green apples, not always the clean choice. Green apples have long been seen as a healthier alternative to sweeter varieties. Their crisp bite and tart flavor make them feel light, refreshing, even medicinal. But beneath that bright green skin hides a combination of compounds that can irritate joints, disrupt blood sugar, and undermine lower body strength, especially in older adults. One of the key concerns is malic acid, a naturally occurring compound found in high amounts in green apples. While malic acid in moderation may support energy production, in aging bodies with inflamed joints, It can act as a trigger, worsening pain in the hips, knees, and even the bottoms of the feet. If you have fibromyalgia or chronic arthritis, this acid can feel like sandpaper in your soft tissues. Then comes the sugar. While green apples taste less sweet, they still contain enough fructose and glucose to disturb blood sugar stability, particularly when eaten alone, as many seniors do between meals. This leads to fluctuations in insulin, which in turn reduces oxygen delivery to your muscles and causes fatigue in the calves and thighs. That nagging ache in your legs after a stroll? That tightness in your lower back after standing? It may not be your age, it may be the apple you had before lunch. And since green apples are often consumed raw on an empty stomach, their effects tend to hit harder and last longer. Mango, the tropical sugar bomb. There's no denying the appeal of a ripe mango. Its golden color, silky texture, and sweet perfume feel like a tropical escape in every bite. But for seniors, this so-called superfruit may be hiding one of the most dangerous sugar loads in the entire fruit world. One medium mango contains over 40 grams of sugar. That's more than what's found in a can of soda. And unlike a beverage you might sip slowly, mangoes are often eaten quickly, or blended into smoothies, allowing their sugars to hit your system with full force. Here's what that means for your legs. The sudden sugar spike causes your insulin levels to surge, triggering inflammation throughout your body. But the damage is most noticeable where circulation is already vulnerable, in your feet, ankles, and knees. Over time, this can lead to heaviness in the legs, swelling after meals, and slower muscle recovery. Even more concerning, mango sugar has been linked to nerve sensitivity in older adults, especially those with diabetes or early-stage neuropathy. That tingling sensation in your toes at night? That hot, burning pain along the soles of your feet? It might not be your age, it might be the fruit you thought was healthy. What makes mango truly deceptive is how light it feels. It doesn't taste overly rich. It seems like a natural treat. But inside the body of a senior, it can quietly weaken the very limbs that support your independence, one creamy slice at a time. Part 4. What to eat instead, healing fruits that support your legs. After learning about the fruits that can quietly damage your leg strength, you might be wondering, so what should I eat instead? The good news is not all fruits are harmful. Some are truly healing, especially for older adults who want to walk stronger, move better, and feel lighter on their feet. Let's begin with berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. These tiny powerhouses are low in sugar but incredibly rich in flavonoids, natural plant compounds that fight inflammation and protect the blood vessels that nourish your muscles. They also help regulate blood sugar, making them an excellent daily option for seniors with circulation issues or early-stage insulin resistance. Next, we have cherries, especially tart cherries. Just a handful can help lower uric acid levels, offering relief for those struggling with joint pain, gout, or arthritis. Cherries are nature's quiet warriors, reducing flare-ups that can make walking feel like a battle. Then there's the often overlooked avocado. While technically a fruit, it behaves very differently. It's rich in healthy fats, not sugar. These fats support insulin regulation, reduce inflammation, and provide lasting energy. And unlike sugary fruits, avocado won't spike your blood sugar. It will help keep it steady throughout the day. Another gentle ally is papaya. Soft in texture, easy to digest, and filled with anti-inflammatory enzymes, papaya helps support gut health, which in turn reduces systemic inflammation, especially in the joints. It's an ideal choice for seniors with sensitive digestion or stiff knees that worsen after meals. And finally, pears. With their mild sweetness and high fiber content, pears are safe when balanced with protein or healthy fats. They provide just enough sugar to satisfy your palate without crashing your system. And when paired wisely, they help keep your muscles fueled and your legs ready to move. Remember, not all fruit is bad, but the right fruit can be your medicine. And these 5, berries, cherries, avocado, papaya, and pears, deserve a place in every senior's kitchen. Part 5. Your legs, your life, your choice. Aging isn't the end of strength, it's the beginning of awareness. And perhaps the most powerful form of strength at this stage of life is not found in force, but in clarity, the clarity to see what no longer serves your body and the courage to let it go. You see, your legs are more than just muscles and joints. They are your gateway to the world. They carry you toward your loved ones, toward purpose, toward freedom. When they weaken, so too does your independence. And while we often blame age, the real culprit is often found quietly hiding on our plates, in the foods we once believed were always good. But the body is wiser than we give it credit for. It speaks, through that stiffness when you wake, that swelling in your ankles after a meal, that deep fatigue in your calves. And if we learn to listen closely, it gently tells us, it's time to choose differently. You don't need to fear fruit. but you do need to respect the new needs of your aging body. And now you know which fruits to avoid, and more importantly, which ones to embrace. You've gained the power of knowledge. Now let's turn that into action. Start with one choice. Just one. Replace a fruit that inflames with one that heals. That's not just nutrition, it's liberation. And over time, those small swaps create a body that moves more freely, rests more deeply, and lives more fully. And now I'd love to hear from you. What fruits do you usually keep in your fridge? Did anything in today's video surprise you? Share your thoughts in the comments. I truly read every one. If this video helped you pause and reflect, consider subscribing to Wellness Simplified. Because here we believe aging isn't about giving up. It's about stepping into your next chapter with strength, wisdom, and grace. Until we meet again, keep walking, keep choosing wisely, and above all, stay curious about what your body is trying to tell you. You still have so much life to live. Make every bite a step toward living it well.